What's up, Pathways Church? Welcome to today's Daily Dose. This week we're talking about health, and today I'm talking about one of my favorite things to do with health, which is design. Exactly how are we designed? And in order to operate at our best, at our peak, then we got to know what we were meant for. So let's go back to the book that tells us all about how this was all here and designed in the first place, Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1, verse 11 says, Then God said, Let the land produce vegetation, seed bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds. And it was so. Then in verse 14, and God said, Let there be light in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs and make sacred times and days and years, and let them be lights, vault in the sky of the earth. And then in verse 20, let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky. And then in verse 24, let the land produce living creatures according to their kind, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind. And it was so. So God spoke directly to the earth, and he told the earth to produce plants. And he spoke directly to the water, and he told the water to teem with living creatures. And he spoke again to the earth and to the sky, and he told them to produce birds that fly in the air, to produce livestock that live on the ground. And it happened. He talked directly to the source of these things that need life. If you take a plant out of the earth and you just throw it anywhere, it's going to die. You take a fish out of its water and you throw it on the dry ground and it's gonna die. You take a predator, you can even take prey, and you take them off of the land and you put them somewhere that does not have the resources that it requires, and it's gonna die. But then, verse 26, God says something different than he says to all of these other things. Then God said, Let us make mankind in our image and our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created mankind in his image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female. He created them. When he created all of these animals and plants, he spoke to the earth or the sea or the ground or the sky. But when he created mankind, he spoke to himself. Because we were never meant to have a source other than God. God is our source, but everything else is a resource. Your job, your relationships, your friends, your family, your church, your community, all of those are resources, but God is the source. In the book of James, it tells us that all good things come from God. If we place the responsibility that is supposed to be God's, we place the responsibility of the source on the resource, then we're always going to be disappointed, we're always going to be let down, and we're always going to be unstable. It's so important for us to realize how we were designed. In order to be fulfilled, healthy individuals, we have to know it's important for us to stay connected to our source. Thanks a ton for hanging out with me today. I'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Dose.